Flood is described as water coming up. So here's an example, Mike. Let's say that you have a septic tank. You're one of the people that think I'm never going to get flooded. Nothing's ever going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But let's say you have a septic tank or sewer system or something like that. I'm going to ask you a question. Your septic tank backs up, comes up through the toilets in the shower. You get stuff all over the house. Is that considered flooding or is that considered general lines?
I would think that's general lines. I wouldn't
It's
think
not,
flooding, but it's flooding.
That's right, because it's water coming from the ground up. There's no separation between septic water, salt water, regular
and the Gulf
water.
of Mexico. They're the same thing. Gulf of Mexico flooding your house or your toilet flooding your house. It's coming up.
It's exactly right. Ground up. Ground up. Anything from the ground up, whether it was a hurricane, whether it wasn't a hurricane, whether a dike broke, whether whatever. So if you have regular homeowners insurance through Allstate, through State Farm, through Geico, whoever it is that you have, and your house gets flooded and you call your regular insurance company and say, listen here, Mr. AAA or USAA, I have a claim, water came up. They're just going to say that we're not contractually obligated to take you for any of that. Thanks for calling. Call FEMA. If you get lucky enough and FEMA comes out, whether they knock on your door or not, depending on your signage, and that's kind of a joke.
Oh, I know the joke. We that's a whole other that's the political podcast.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. FEMA may give you $750. Have you ever tried to replace a house for $750?
Yeah, it doesn't go very far.
Right. So I like to use stories. I'm going to use one scary story here real quick. Flood insurance, in my opinion, every house in the entire state of Florida should have flood insurance, considering that you're 5 or 10 feet above sea level. If you're 5 or 10 feet above sea level, everybody should have insurance. I have insurance on everything. I have flood insurance. I have 3 or 4 properties. I have flood insurance on all of them.
Now, is it a rider? Is flood insurance end up being a completely separate policy?
There are some insurance companies that will offer a rider, which is fine. You just have to talk to your agent. Get it? Agent, somebody knows. What's the difference between this rider or your own FEMA? And you actually get flood insurance through FEMA 90-95% of the time.